Oh, death blow for Lilina.
You should give her Death Blow for Refine,
So what's
too.
the BSC for Ephraim and Hector?
174. if I'm
I
not
think they're both
mistaken.
174. Yeah.
And they have super boons, right?
Someone's gonna math it because there's a formula for the level 1 stats to the level 40 stats in which it
Pretty
determines.
sure
the super-
Ether has it
That's
down by
interesting.
heart.
That's really interesting.
Hector has a boon in defense minus, and then a super bane in res. Ephraim has a super boon in res and a super bane in speed.
Ooh,
what
that hurts.
super boons and
Basically,
what?
if you want the 175, you go plus res minus HP Ephraim, and for Hector, if you want the 175, you want plus defense minus HP.
Okay.
Wait,
That's
that's
not
what-
bad. That's not bad.
Wait, Hector's
So,
super
essentially-
bane is speed though, so you could drop Hector's speed.
I guess you could. Essentially, you for Hector, since pretty much all you're gonna see is going to be plus defense for the 175,
Yep.
you'll have what is that? 47 defense at plus 10. And then for Ephraim, he'll have 34 res.
That's actually
Yeah,
not bad,
Ephraim's
especially for armor
actually a
heroes.
mixed tank.
Is there anything for super boons for Celica?
Nothing yet.
Celica minus HP and minus defense. No boons.
Ow. They really shot her.
Lame. Well, that's fine. You just get plus speed on her. Her base 42 with her weapon, and then that's
then,
like a base 45, and
she
plus
probably
10
uses
her.
plus
She has
attack.
base 49 speed. That's
For-
pretty wild.
For Veronica, she has a similar problem to Nana, in which her only boon is plus HP. At least for Nana, she can do plus res to get into the 145 bin.
Oh,
But if
yeah,
you
okay.
really
So
care about
Veronica loses
scoring
more.
and you're trying to use Veronica, plus HP. That's the only thing you can do.
40 HP, why not?
40
Oh,
HP, great.
really?
That's not.
That's fine.
Alright.
Look, it feels
48
right.
with 19 res.
What
It's okay
What
enough.
was like a super base again?
HP.
Jerome,
defense.
you're calling Celica ugly. Oh my god. I feel really bad for whoever designed. Well, Hidari. They probably did a really
Hidari, the
Hidari
Shadows
is
of
the
Valencia
god.
artist.
They
It's
did
just
a really good
throwback.
job. It's just that it's like based on the not the Celica that we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
whoever
think
did the
people wanted
original
Just
Like,
because they have
all-
legendary Celica art saved up.
I'm gonna do this. I'm definitely building a plus 10. So.
All right, let's break down the stats then.
Yep.
So let's start with Veronica, and I think we already talked about this, but she's very similar to Maribel, which is a great thing. I'd say because Maribel is the most offensive hero we have, offensive staff healer. Offensive staff
I mean,
hero.
not anymore.
But yeah, it's basically between
Not-
Veronica and her, and I
it's
think Veronica
Veronica
has a
now.
slight edge.
They're still pretty comparable.
Yeah, well, that's true.
stat-wise.
But yeah, Veronica, better C skill, better weapon, recovery's better as a healing skill, and a better special. So Veronica is really far ahead in my opinion.
Yep. Like, Maribel literally only has a 1 attack edge and maybe some res tanking.
And Maribel's like similar in defense and res, res tanking, right? But she's fairly similar then.
Yeah, fairly similar, but at the same time, there's just so many ways that Veronica wins out at this point.
People will probably just like stack their attack and speed super high. Anyways, they'll be pretty much the same
Yep.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, it's all really up to preference when it comes to horse healers, because you can stack their attack and speed so high, it doesn't really
True.
matter.
It's just that
well,
Veronica's that
consider
signature.
this, right?
Yeah, some are just
Consider you
easier to get
use-
to the result, but for the most part, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Consider you're using Veronica in Healer Emblem, all right? And everyone
Healer
has that
Emblem.
new special,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Where when you heal, you get plus 6 attack and speed. There you go.
You don't,
Brilliant.
Don't talk smack about healing emblem now.
I think okay.
Healing
I guess
Emblem's
you're
gonna
right.
get a
She
big
could
buff
lead
with
here.
their, the new specials. New
Legitimate.
specials scoring.
Well, it depends on if their SP cost is actually 500. Because if it is, then I think that's really good.
Wait,
Yeah.
did they give out the SP cost for the
I
skills
think
yet?
they're still data mining that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It'll
what-
probably be 450. It'll probably be the same as an AoE.
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
find
still
out in
better
2.5
than
hours, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, we'll find
I
out.
guess yeah.
Very slowly. Yeah, they are only up to the assets. They haven't gotten to the text yet.
All right, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, anyways, Veronica, I think there's not much to say. Like, it's similar to Maribel. She's similar to Maribel, but better skills, I would say. And
Yep.
she's really good. So, again, like, I think she's the one you should be pulling for, personally. Like, no, the free pull should be on Veronica, because her IVs don't matter. Well, they do matter in a way, but you don't want to merge her anyways, so... And having her at neutral is already really good. And,
Arguable.
yeah.
This is a more
well,
disputable banner for what unit to pull, but I think Veronica's the best because you don't have to worry about merging her. You don't have to worry about her IVs too much, and unless you're that guy. And
Passes that guy.
Yeah. And most importantly, you don't have to delve into colorless, which is still not a great color.
I mean, with Veronica right now, they've been improving it since Nana, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the colorless pool is actually getting better, but I don't think we're quite in the position yet where I would
Nana,
just
Kaze,
suggest it.
the Galt.
You would use Veronica in Arena Assault really easily. She could really... She's a heavy support hero. Her C skill's great, her special's great, and her staff's pretty damn good too. Like, she could really make it very easy to win an Arena Assault match. So there's a lot of value in getting her. But with that said,
personally, I would go for the free pull. I would go for what unit works best with the neutral IVs, and I would say that has to go to Celica.
Honestly,
maybe
it's the safest pick if you think about it.
I think Celica is the safest
don't
pick.
want to get a minus attack or minus.
Hold on.
Not just that, but there's so much red.
Yeah, red is the biggest
Red is-
crapshoot. Even
red is a
worse than
huge
colorless, if you ask
crapshoot.
me.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys think red? It's worse to pull on red than colorless?
Honestly, most
you-
of the
Are
red
you-
5
what?
stars are
More than you would
either
colorless.
you either like those units or they're just garbage.
It's a very weird
Yes.
pool, red
As
pool.
far as 5-star goes.
I just
But,
want-
the 3 and 4-star pool is kind of the 3 and 4-star pool for red is better than colorless, but I don't think that's judgment enough for me to say, oh, I'll just roll for red because I can get some fury fodder. It's
All right,
like,
I'm gonna.
no, I don't like that because it's all about what you might pull at 5 stars, and if you
Or what you might
pull a
not
shitty
pull.
Luke or you pull Saber and you don't really care for Saber, and it's like whatever. But with the healers, the 5-star healers, it's like okay, you can always have some use for like an Elise or something, or
you're
you have
also
a
likely to get
Galt, or you
missed.
have a Soft, and it's like they have crazy good fodder. Like the only thing you don't want out of 5-star pool colorless is like mist, but there's like a ton of things in red that you just do not want to pull unless you just like those units.
Yeah,
Even Mist has use because 5-star healers, right?
I agree with
You
that.
have
I
those
like Mist.
specials. You can use them in Arena Assault. But regarding the red pool 5-star, there's a lot of garbage.
Well, I mean,
And there's a lot of
the
great
bad
heroes
red-
too. Can we not forget that? The
All
red
the bad
the
red
red pool
units
is so
are
large and so
going
extensive, filled with so many great heroes and so many bad heroes. Like, I'm not
And
gonna
that's-
just be
And
dissuaded by
that's
that
why I
though.
think it's better to pull a free Celica. And of course, this is
But yeah,
assuming
well,
that you don't really have
Not to mention, like you said already, Veronica doesn't really care about IVs, since if you are going to use her offensively, then yeah, IVs would help that. And if you aren't going to use her offensively, you're just going to use her for healing, then IVs don't affect her. Which means, like, okay, yeah, you take your minus speed, that's fine, just use her for healing. But on Celica, IVs, I think, hurt her more.
Oh yeah,
Because,
for sure.
like, all right, you free pull your Veronica, right? And then
Mhm.
you go to your CYL banner and you pull a plus HP minus attack or minus speed Celica. Then what do? You're like, oh,
You fodder her for Deathblow 4.
How about
fodder for her Deathblow floor. Exactly.
okay? I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay, how about this? You just don't pull on red.
Yeah.
You don't
which
pull
is
on
why I'm
red.
saying
You
free pull
take
the
your
red.
Veronica and you just pull on greens and blues. Because that's what I think
Yeah.
I'll be doing.
Celica is probably
Uh,
the most likely to get passed, but at the same time, I still justification to risk it.
Still, if anything,
Alright.
you do all your rolls first, and then you pick up a free summon at the last minute, because you never know.
Yep.
You might end up getting both of them, and then you can just do a free pull Hector or Ephraim. You never know.
Wait,
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really hurt to take the free pull of Ephraim, because take it from me, the green pull, while the pool itself is insanely good, the problem here is actually getting green stones in the first place, right?
I hate finding green stones.
You can snipe,
Oh, man.
right? If you remember, just a month ago when I was pulling from her, you get like 27 circles in a row without green stones, and you're like, where's my F from? And
Okay,
then
it
you
wasn't
pull
that
lines
bad.
attack
It was more like
Celica.
20 circles of just a singular green stone.
Yeah, more like that.
Alright, well, you're trying to plus 10 F from, and you get that, and then you pull the Celica.
If you're trying to
attack.
plus 10 a hero, then I would say definitely, you know, save your free pull for that hero. That makes the most sense. But
Most definitely.
personally,
the 5-star pool for green, insanely good, right? But the 3 to 4-star pool for green, there's like barely any fodder, and the units aren't even that good.
right, and that's
There's, like,
And
nothing
also
there.
Arthur's.
but the red pool.
Isn't
That's
that
what I'm
great?
trying to get at. The red pool has quite a bit of fodder.
Yep.
Which is why I'm like so surprised you're so
I
into
would
like
argue
skipping
that
out on
this
it.
colorless pool has better fodder at this point.
What?
You get life and death, you get attack tactic, you get drive defense, you get, and then like if you want to build healers, then you get all that fodder for different healers.
Okay, well the red pool is humongous. If you're talking about premium skills, sure, but what about the lower level skills? Like there's absolutely nothing outside life and death, I guess.
I mean,
And that's why there's a
Uh,
4-star
lower
soak.
level skills don't matter. What matters now is Fury 4.
Fury 4.
Well, the only 240 SPA
Fury
slot
for
is
everybody.
attack defense for summoning, so
Where's
Unless-
Life
Oh
and
god,
death
Brazen
for
4, everybody. Brazen 4. Plus 10
life and death
attack and
for.
Because
Let's go.
this is what I'm saying. You have brazen attack defense on Ares in the red pool. You have Fury 3 from Hinata. You have Wings of Mercy from like Abel. Like there's so much fodder. And not to mention when you go to
and then-
5
and then you
stars, you
pull
have
20
even greater
Laszlos.
fodder available.
Then you pull 20
Axebreaker.
Laszlos.
And then 20 more Elwoods.
Sure, like there's a chance at that, but there's no other way of getting those skills, basically.
Tell me, when was the last time you pulled a Fury 3 fodder? Aside from the last
That is
time
an
I joined you.
Excellent question.
Like 5 months before that.
Yeah,
Well, I
the
pity
last
But
time I
if
pulled
you don't
Fury
pull for
fodder
red,
was
you'll
on the
never,
4-star
you'll literally
banner.
have 0 chance.
Yep.
It's either do this or you don't, or don't use that skill, or you'll never get that skill for that matter.
I mean, at least for me personally, I've been sniping green since Halloween last year because
Figures.
they keep releasing insane green units. And then Myrrh.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
you're doing it for Myrrh. You're biased.
I think the mindset we got is more of a we're targeting like our actual target units, and then like whatever fodder we have that picks up on the way is fine. Like we're just kind of rolling with that, but our focus is on like the units you really want.
Okay, I was talking about the color pools, but you're right. I wouldn't pull for Celica. To be honest, like there's so many red sword heroes in my barracks already, and while Celica
Yeah.
is indeed an upgrade on them, I am not like I already have 7 solid red heroes. Like I don't need an 8th or a 9th, even if she would bump somebody out.
Definitely.
It wouldn't make such a great big difference. And to be like specific, like I think Elm and Swordheart are going to perform offensively anyways, very similarly. So I wouldn't go out of my way to try and get her. But which is why I'm saying, you know, use free pull on Veronica. Ephraim and Hector, definitely there's something there. Very like they're just so much further above everybody
They're
else.
so good.
They'll probably still
Like,
end
all
up on
your-
the bench after
all
this
those,
next season
All the
anyways.
Lilina fans, you should take that Deathblow 4 for your Lilina.
Plus 2 more attack to Lilina's already 70 plus.
It's just
80
overkill
plus.
at that point. It probably won't even.
It is really overkill at that point.
Yeah, but
for
at
anybody
that
who wants
point, you
that
want to
overkill,
one-shot.
Big
You want to
numbers.
one-shot your Batut lances.
Listen, nobody's
You can
getting
probably do that
Deathblow 4
already.
because they need it. They're getting it to flex. Let's be perfectly honest.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfectly
Dude,
just
Death-
for flex. It would
Deathblow
put her up
4
to
is the
68
ultimate
attack
flex.
with just death blows and plus attack 4 blaze.
Well, it doesn't even matter if you put it on Lilina. Any unit that you put Deathblow 4 on, instant flex.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Put it on
definitely.
someone who needs it, like Odin.
Well,
You put
yeah, I
it
was
on
about
a
to say
unit who
Deathblow
hits
4
twice, it's an
Odin.
effective plus 4
He
attack.
Ultimate
actually
flex.
needs it. He needs every bit of attack.
Also, we didn't even talk about that yet. The
Put it
idea
on
of
Owen, yes.
level 4 skills is game
Level 4 skills
changing.
are gonna be really game changing.
Life and
Alright,
death
Swift
4.
Sparrow
Who's ready?
4.
I'm
Okay.
ready for
There's
that.
not even
There's a
Swift
Swift
Sparrow.
Sparrow 3.
Fury 4.
Okay, before somebody says
Can I
Fury
get
4, I
some-
think Fury scales terribly with damage. For 1 extra stat, you are going to take how much damage now?
8.
8.
Hey,
We already
yeah,
have
hey.
Fury 6. It's fine.
Like
Alright,
it's
well, like
literally
hear me
just
out, right?
Curse Lance going crazy.
Fury 7.
What's 14 damage to Eldigan? Who cares?
I know at a
We're
certain
going in,
point,
boys. Close defense.
too much
4.
Fury will
Take
just
0
kill you.
anyway.
They might just have level 4 skills for skills that only cost 200 SP.
Oh yeah,
like
200 SP slots. Maybe
Guard
for
4 would be godlike.
It could be like that, but this is hinting at a
Guard
great change in the future.
something worth.
This is going to be a huge change, but I think that I agree that they're going to take the 200 SP slots like Deathblow, Guard, is Triangle at 200, whatever.
Triangle at Death 4?
is possible.
What does
They would
that
just
even
boost
do?
them up to 4 for 240. That's a good question.
TA4
Or
actually
TA.
sounds kind of funny.
If they did Fortress Defense 4, I think that's
Oh
pretty
my
legit.
God.
Because it's still it's gonna keep
Actually,
that
it
same
just- it
stable
doesn't
-3
change your
attack.
It doesn't change your attack. It just
4,
boosts
pass
your
4,
defense.
let's go.
Okay, pass.
That would actually
Pass
make
four,
a
yes.
bunch of skills that you don't see very often in Arena because they're too low cost actually usable.
I'd like to see
Alright, hold
Guard
on.
actually get used
We're,
more, even
we're
though
all
Effort is going to basically do it.
overlooking. We're all overlooking Vantage 4, Desperation 4. At 100%
Right.
HP.
4, which by
Holy
the way,
crap.
I think what's her
240
face?
SP
Wait.
advantage and desperation.
Desperation 4, isn't that what Lynn has?
Yep.
Lynn has Brash Assault 4, if I'm not mistaken.
No, in her weapon.
She has
Yeah.
both. Yeah, she has Desperation 3 Brash Assault.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
Brash Assault 4 for the Desperation weapons.
And that'd actually be really fun. Especially
like
for
that.
like Juicy Wave.
I like the
units and
data
stuff
mine.
like
So
that.
when are we getting Swift Sparrow 6?
But real quick,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I
plus
think if
6
they're willing
attack,
to
plus-
change skills like this, I really think they might increase the level cap. Which what I mean is like more merges.
6-star heroes.
6 stars.
I don't know
no.
about that.
6 stars,
Oh, no.
boys. I gotta
think
pull
that the
for more
point of
bursts so I can
this
plus
is
20 my
to-
burst.
I don't even know
is
how
to make Arena
feel
less
about it anymore.
stale. Introduce skills that are usable in Arena while max scoring. I think that's the point.
Wait, hold on. If they actually increase the merge count, would it be to plus 15 or plus 20?
I think it would be plus 15. Plus 20 is
15.
overboard. Because like right away,
Alright.
Rails would have a huge advantage.
And
Oh,
they
yeah,
get a
So
plus
that means it is a good
15
idea to
LDS.
pull on the Mer banner, right?
Well, you're going to make a Mer team anyway, so yeah, for you, yes. You want to do
Plus
4 Mers in your
15
team,
by
so.
Mer.
6 stars would be nuts.
I'm gonna.
If there's anyone's
I'll-
gonna be 6-star, it's gonna be only the Asker trio.
6-star would be annoying only because you'd have to think the merge is going to get lost
Yep.
instead of upgrading.
It
Yeah, the
costs
merges get lost,
200,000.
and then what are the whales with their
6-star
5 plus
plus
10
10.
units too?
I
6
think
stars
it-
plus 10.
They
And
gotta
then
be
to
very
get like
careful
6
about
stars,
that.
you have to spend like 200,000 feathers
200,000 feathers.
per merge.
200,000 feathers.
Nobody comes
Now, all
home
of a
at like
sudden,
base 6 stars.
HM
on their home
farming
run.
does have a cap.
Hey, you don't need to bring up your 5-star to 6 stars for 200,000 feathers. If you pull them at 6 stars, you're rarity in the pool, boys. Here we go.
You're not gonna put
0.5%
Big
rarity.
brains.
Because I'm personally, I think they're running out of ideas, and the only way they can push it forward is just by giving us bigger numbers. So
I think they're just gonna increase the merge cap if
yeah,
they're gonna do something as
If they
drastic
do
as that.
something as drastic as that, then yes, they
So
will have to
better
increase it.
save your Soleils, everybody. You need
yeah.
15
If you
of-
have
need
extra
15
copies of the
them.
heroes, I think it might be worthwhile to keep them. Because at this point, there's like a lot of hints that's going to be the future. It might be a year or two in the future, but it's definitely going to happen. So
Yeah,
I personally don't see the need for that. For
I don't either
increased merge cap.
realistically, but at the same time, it's gonna happen. It's the kind of thing
I mean,
we
like,
do.
just take all those units
Give
at
it
plus
them all.
10, and then just add 2 more stats.
If we get a merge cap before a DC seal, I'm uninstalling this game. 100%.
We'll get a DC sale, but with an HP threshold, and it's only 100 SP.
Ew.
all right.
That's
Anyways,
probably what they're
we
gonna
are
do.
so off topic at this point. We stopped at Celica. We went on a random tangent.
Yeah, whoops. We didn't even review
Alright.
Hector for the first time.
All right. So we still have
Ephraim.
Ephraim and Hector.
I mean, what can we say?
Yeah,
You're
I was about to
done.
say, there's not much
That's
to
it.
say about
That's
Ephraim
it.
and Hector.
Pretty good.
Close the stream. Let's go.
They're-
Bye.
Like, they're the pretty standard, like, quote-unquote armor unit, you know, high attack, high defense, high HP, low
Yep.
resin speed. That's pretty much like all we've seen really for
Only thing is the res is
Armor
getting
units.
impressively
These two
high.
They
are
don't
actually
have
super
res
similar
on
though.
Low res.
Yeah,
These
they're
two are
trying
so
to counter my
similar.
Mer. It's not gonna happen.
Hector can actually take a magical hit. Wow.
Ephraim's
Well,
new.
there's not really many reasons for a blue in tier 21 to take magic hits.
It
Well,
kind of feels like
there's
they
a
copy and paste
number.
the skills. I mean the stats and just like adjust the value slightly.
It's very
Yeah,
unlikely that they're gonna be weird with.
So like 46
Like,
HP on Ephraim, 48 on
especially
Hector,
when-
38 attack on
These-
Ephraim, 37 on Hector, 27 speed.
mean,
Like that's the biggest change. 22 speed on Hector, and then 37 defense on Ephraim, 39 on Hector, 26 res versus 20. Like there's just like minor adjustments outside.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
they're
is
very similar
no-
units in general, so that's why.
Yeah.
There is no argument that these units are good. However, they are pretty much the same units that we've seen before.
Yeah,
If
they're also
anything,
really good dual
Hector adds the
phasers.
most because he's another lance armor.
Also, Deathblow 4 confirmed 300 SP.
Oh,
It's
is that-
300 SP.
seriously?
Oh god.
It's confirmed.
Oh god, that
that's
actually means
really
that there's
good.
an
That
inherent
opens
300
the
SP.
gate.
Yeah,
that-
that
like
means
that.
there's more 300 SP skills than Distant Counter, which I think is a good
Distant
thing.
counter is no
It
longer
is.
ideal then, because there's no upgrade path from distant counter. So eventually we're gonna have. So right now 300 SP.
Anybody's gonna run death blow.
Well,
in
I
the-
think this is a good change because
Okay.
I like
it
it.
means more variety, and you don't get those like double distant counter units.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Because then
Distant
now, they
counter
can,
Black
Stupid.
Knight.
Rip along that
now,
DC.
now they can run actual builds, which is a good thing.
DC Harden.
Oh no!
The
That means
I
both
think it
fighters
opens the door
with
for.
Deathblow
Zelgius
4 is
is
kind
gonna-
of possible now.
This means that
Zelgius
Ryan can now
is
score
done.
higher without having to use close.
Yeah, I was
counter.
about to say this opens the door for lower BST units with a perf to be able to score higher thanks to a 300 SP because that's how you bring it to the next bin, right? With the 300 SP and then your legendary weapon. So
Yeah.
this does open the door for more when they bring in more refines, whenever they do, and more perf weapons for people that don't have them. More 300 SP A slots means that we are going to see more units in arena.
They're improving the
Wait.
arena diversity.
Yes, but
very
you do
slowly,
realize-
But they're also still crushing arena through. Like, we're getting some benefits, but then we're also getting some heavy loss. I'm looking at you.
The yeah, like the
units.
funny thing about them
4 panels.
including more 300 SP A slots is that like I feel like you'd rather just run distant counter anyways because you don't want to kill, right?
Oh, that's the.
And
my
Deathblow
God.
4 means you're killing things.
Look, I really find it incredibly frustrating to even think about tier 21 at this point because they give us all these great units that are such great killers, but they don't mean shit because you can't use them. Like if they kill, you fucked up, basically.
That's why you got to use the free-to-play armors. They don't have good attacks, so they
Yeah,
don't
free to
really
play
have to
armors are
worry about
shit
it.
in comparison, which is funny because now that they're perfect.
Exactly, and I hate that so much because my armor emblem is now going to actually be legitimate for tier 21 overall. Like, come on.
Hold on. There was somebody who said they think the armor is relatively balanced. They're balanced in the way of like say Harden or something, where your
Yeah.
res and defense is not like astronomically apart, or like Sheena, but they don't sacrifice their attack for it. So I really think these new armor heroes are better than like say balanced. They're so good offensively, and yet defensively they're very solid. So I'm not sure how to feel about this, given their skills are also amazing. Like these are, in my opinion, the best armor heroes in the game at this point. I think
Yeah,
Grima
I
outside
think
of
I can
this,
agree with
but
that.
this is it.
Harden can sometimes compete with it, but unfortunately, when you have a res boon Ephraim has 5 less res than res boon Harden, but there's no reason to have so much res at that point. So realistically, you're just looking at the rest of his stats, and comparing them, they're almost identical.
Right, and yeah, and I would not put Harden over Hexer, because like if you talk about distant counter, they both have a distant counter, but if you talk about bold fighter, they both effectively have bold fighter. I mean, they both have bold fighter, but like Hexer just has such a big advantage overall still.
Yeah, like,
I still wouldn't go as far to say this is power creep.
I don't think it's power
I don't
creep.
think it is.
It's still very much like Harden is still very good, but at the same time, Hector is just really hard competition for this guy.
And I don't think we should be looking at like power creep as a negative connotation. If I told
not
you
at all.
today Ephraim and Hector are the best heroes forever, you're probably gonna be disappointed in this game. So like
Yeah.
power creep is good in a way because it pushes the meta forward. It's just when they do weird things that it makes you
The
question it.
PST power creep was a bunch of bull.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I like it when there's competing units for the spot. Like,
You have to give people a reason to pull, otherwise they'll just stay with whatever units they have already.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
exactly. And I think that finally we have something else in the Lance pool that will actually bother competing with Harden, Effie, and Wendy's. So I'm perfectly happy with Hector. And even if he's just power creep of the other Lances, fine by me.
Maybe one day they'll just give Gwendolyn Maltais and be like, here you go, you're free to play. You deserve it.
I mean, they
Marvel,
could.
I think she
mean,
might get it because that makes sense.
Here you go, Wendy. Now you're
Okay.
basically
We have
Hector.
2
Wow.
units with Basilicos, so I don't see why
I
not.
want Shauna to have it too, though, but because people like when you play FE6, a lot of times you give Maltais to Shauna if you use her at all. So it's like,
Well,
eh.
you definitely wouldn't give it to Wendy in FE6 because you just don't use Wendy.
Yeah, unless you're like that one dude who like soloed the entire game with her.
Yep.
I can't remember his name. He showed up on my channel like one time, and I've seen his vids.
Oh, that's a really good point. So like, there's still no red competition. It's still Zelgius. That's it.
Yeah, Zelgius is the only red armor.
It's Zelgius, then
Maybe
Drog
we'll-
a distant
we
second.
need-
But
We need what's his name from Shadow Dragon? Roger.
Drog.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Drog
No, we
is
need
the
Roger.
Roger.
We need
oh, Roger.
Meg.
Yeah. If Roger,
We need
oh
that
my
thick
god.
cinnamon roll girl here.
He needs to be a sword armor.
Yo, can I
because
get
we need
Meg?
I can already
weapons.
imagine the memes when Roger comes out in the game. Everyone's gonna be celebrating so hard.
Everyone's
Meg
gonna
belongs.
support him with
supporting
Sita.
The original thought.
Yeah.
Just have just have Groom Marth watch.
Oh yeah, we could also
It
get
just came
Meg.
to me.
Dude.
So Ephraim, 27 base speed. You know what that means?
But
Speed Ephraim.
Speed Ephraim.
wait,
No.
why would you consider Speed Ephraim?
Deja vu.
He doesn't need it
Why
at
would
all.
you not? Alright,
First of
It's
all, it's
defensive,
counterproductive when its
obviously.
best boon is res at this point.
Yeah.
that doesn't matter when you look at Winter Robin. People don't take plus res anyways, even though it brings them into the 175. People are like,
Because
screw
he
that,
doesn't
armor
have a
plus speed.
signature weapon.
I mean,
And he's
the
also
B
a
is
shitty
Steven.
seasonal.
That's true. He's just good.
Also,
fodder.
he's a Robin, so
Yeah, there's nothing saving him. Whereas Ephraim has so much going for this guy. Like, just build him standard.
The
please.
thing with Speed Ephraim reaching 40 speed is like, what is the point of? Like, it's I guess for defensive purposes there is a point, but why not just continue to boost up his defense and his res? Like he comes with close defense, so I'm not
'Cause if
so
somebody
worried.
has like
But
if someone has Lance Breaker, you can speed check them, and
But
then
he's
just
an-
bypass the breaker.
Huh.
you're also
You mean-
thinking
you mean
where
axe
Ephraim
break.
goes, you're not gonna see
Ephraim
that.
isn't.
Yeah, Axe Breaker. Yeah, it's so funny. We
Axe
keep thinking
swapped
Ephraim as the
Ephraim.
Lancer and Hector as the Axer, but they switched them
Yeah.
around.
I know.
I know, right? I'm really.
It's like they
getting
did that
confused.
on purpose.
Yeah.
no. Look at them. They're wearing the same freaking outfit. Hello.
Also, I gotta say too, going with the Choose Your Legends one, the greens are looking really nice.
The green pool for Choose Your Legends consistently remains amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Ike is still relevant. as well.
Amazing fodder. Am
Fire
I
Sweet
right?
Celica.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fire
Black
Hey,
Sweep
man,
Orange
Celica.
fodder.
That's
Oh
amazing.
crap! That's actually a pretty good point. Fire Sweep Brave Weapon. Ooh.
Fire Sweep Brave Lion. But wait,
This opens up a lot of options, honestly.
Can we
Why are
stop
they-
the
Oh,
fire
yeah.
sweep memes? You guys did this to Ryoma.
you're right. That is
But,
very
like,
interesting.
Ryoma can't use DC.
I wouldn't though.
What if you just give her a regular brave sword?
Oh yeah, I would.
It doesn't do anything.
No, plus 8, right? 0 times 8.
That would actually be amazing.
Wait,
But
no,
I-
she has
I
Gale
think it takes
Force,
away her
so
best-
It's gonna be 0 times 16.
She would actually be able to use Gale Force because she wouldn't kill.
Yeah.
But then you also ruin your perf, and then you also ruin your score.
Poison strike
I
seal.
don't, I don't matter. You got 300 SP. You got a 300 SP A and B slot.
I also just
Doesn't
hate the idea of
compensate
replacing her
for it.
weapon.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Well,
Like-
I mean, it's kind of akin to replacing the Mulgear from Brave Land, right? People do the Brave Bow, people do Fire Squeeze.
It's because
But
Mulgear
Mulgear is
They're
not that
definitely
good.
options.
Gear isn't that good. People only like it because it's B plus 3. and
Alright,
4
fine.
times.
Then
Well,
it's more
people-
akin to
people did that
replacing
change 'cause they're
Irvine
dumb.
With Spoon. You ever see those Spoon Brave Ikes? Exactly.
You ever see the
That's
Will
pretty
Gun
nice.
bring Alphonses?
At a certain point, I just think like they're just showing off that they're whales and stuff. So
Exactly. That's
I
basically
love
how they
those
do
whale
it.
builds.
I don't
I
know.
love
What if
them.
your free pull is Celica and you just immediately fodder her just because you want to?
all right. Anyways, concluding thoughts on the stats because I think we're so off kilter at this point. It doesn't matter.
Ephraim and Hector are boring stats, but they are good. Celica is interesting due to Brave Lion making her quad stings with her high speed. And Veronica, the best healer in the game, not necessarily the best healer, or not necessarily the best hero on this banner.
I think I can just about agree with everything you said there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much
And the
that.
stats, kits are basically what distinguish Hector and Ephraim, but yeah, their stats are kind of funny, but good.
Yeah,
Really
stat
good.
lines are usually pretty standard nowadays.
Okay, but I think the real question is there any of these heroes that you guys are going to pull multiple copies of?
Celica.
None of them, because I'm
Multiple
full
copies for fodder? Probably
I
something.
honestly,
Ephraim. I think it's Ephraim that has the that new fighter skill. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely gonna get multiple copies of him.
I
think
personally
people
have
will
no
still
idea what
run
I'm going to
Gold
do
fighter
anymore.
instead of special fighter, mainly
I
because
feel
they
like
want to
if
double.
I should get me
Feel
an
like
extra
Death
Veronica
Blow 4
too,
and
so
Special
I can put
Fighter
that
will kill this
skill
game.
for give that skill to May, her C slot.
yeah, I was gonna
That
say
way it can
if you're
make Boy
going for
even more unkillable.
if you're going for fodder, I would definitely do red and colorless because healers really appreciate all the skills that Veronica has, and Death Blow 4 means. That's all I gotta say.
So special
Ephraim-
fighter is inheritable, right?
Yes.
So Death Blow 4,
Yes.
Special,
Special
fighter.
Fighter-
Is in
one of the bit
Special
donations
fighters.
said that it was going to kill the game. So I can't
don't
imagine
think so.
that.
Doubt,
Unless it's
extra
like
doubt.
on someone like Zelgius, maybe, but no one else can really make use of it. It has
Special
to be a
Fighter
fast
is
what?
a
one.
great skill
Special Fighter?
for all.
You ever
situations.
see those Fire Sweep Death Blow 4 Bold Fighter Zelgius with Oxyus Pulse for instant Bold Black Luna? And Fire
The way I see it, Special Fighter is really going to be best for this new anti-killing arena method because you get your special cooldown on Gale Force, maybe you run a Fire Sweep, then you don't let them get their specials so you can set up on the enemy, you run Poison Strike, you get their HP down, they don't have a special up to counter Alphonse with, Alphonse just comes in and takes the rest of the damage out. It's a really off strategy, but
yeah.
it's a good way to use your armors.
But
Poison Strike's
considering that these 4 units will be arena bonuses for next
Yeah.
season,
For next season, use
Just
them.
just the next season, so I
just
wouldn't
build
read
them
too
base
much into it.
kits, and then after that, if you're going to merge them, then build them to not kill.
I'd highly suggest if you don't have any faith in getting the armors, pull one of them for the free summon so that you have your best arena scoring for the next season. But if you're finding that that's not really necessary, or if you're actually going to spend some orbs for the next bonus season, I would suggest getting Veronica personally for your free summon.
Because okay, you're completely right. If you could just use Ephraim or Hector over like Alphonse, you're basically set. I mean, it's not Alphonse, it's Shireen or something, right?
Yeah, sure. In the
It
next
should be
season.
Shireen.
Well,
You're
Serena's
gonna have
pretty
a
strong,
really
so-
powerful unit with a really high BST.
Right. So that's the easiest way of staying in tier 21 for extra 2 weeks, I would say. But
2-3 weeks because then banner isn't until September 7th.
oh, okay. That could be 3 extra orbs. So and 1,500 extra feathers, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not currently in there. I just started to stay in tier 20, so I'm happy to be in tier 20 permanently, but I'm not in that threshold of tier 21 yet.
I feel like that's
But these
cheating,
are
Like your
honestly.
crown, him. Collect your crown.
I know I'm
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm
I got my
732.
Anyways,
you can
in terms of
make
stats,
tier 21.
everyone's solid. I think we covered everything, absolutely everything there is. But yeah, it's
Unless
this
they
entire-
data mine the GHB, it was in the data mine.
oh, except for GHB.
The unit isn't in the data mine, just his asset showing that he's
Oh,
in there.
okay.
So
Makes
hype
sense.
yourself up for jam key.
All right.
Also, there will be a new 2 skill studies, one for Hector and Ephraim, the other one for Celica and Veronica. New paralog and new chain challenge because of those paralogs. Also,
Plenty of orbs.
Cool.
lots of orbs.
I bet the paralog's gonna be difficult. If you guys remember last year's Brave Heroes paralog was actually pretty difficult for most people to clear.
Oh yeah, that
It
really
is even harder on the chain challenges.
Yeah, that's true.
And also consider that these 4 units have extremely synergizing skills. with
Oh, of
each
course,
other.
they did it just to make the paralog
They
hard.
did it just to make
That's
it
why they
harder.
have all these
Oh,
skills.
that's true. It's for
Like,
Paralog.
Celica has attack tactic for no reason other than to boost up Ephraim and Hector when they
Yep.
come charging at you with armor march.
Exactly.
That is
They,
exactly.
they were never meant for us to use, just for the AI to use.
I want to suggest to new players that they should just go for, all 4 of these heroes. But yeah, I guess that makes sense too. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I think that concludes the stats portion of all of this. Pretty
Yeah.
cool heroes.